Hey, and welcome to Cryptology for You, the channel that's not even about cryptology but all about cryptocurrency. And in today's episode we're going to start to get the information from Coinmarket Cap using their API so that we can get current price quotes for the coins that we've invested in. I'm your host Paulie D, and let's head on into Excel right now. So open up Excel and you should have your blank sheet ready to go. You should have everything filled in up until the point where we are now. You won't have current price, current value, or unrealized profit. We're going to get all that now with that Coinmarket Cap API. So the first thing you should do is open up your Brave browser, or whichever browser you're choosing to use. I can put a link to the Brave browser below if you want, and head on over to Coinmarket Cap. Now you will need an account, so I would suggest you use the referral link that I've given below. That way you can use the diamond reward program. Click on the diamond and you can collect diamonds every day, and this will lead you towards getting rewards such as NFTs. But this isn't the reason we're at CoinMarketCap. We want to get their API. Now their API is available under products, and you can scroll and see Crypto API. Now click on that. You're going to need to have your account ready, so make sure you've used that link and make sure you're signed up, and now you can get your API key. All you have to do is push get your API key. You'll need to fill out your email, name and password, and voila, there it is. You have your API key. It's just star. It's actually pretty secretive, and there is a good reason for it. You only get a limited number of API hits. Now I've used 4 of my hits today. You've seen perhaps me using 1 or 2 in the past. This is quite easy to do, and let me show you how you actually get that API onto your Excel sheet and what it's going to look like. So if I open up one of my other Excel sheets that I'm using to test this out, here I have it. I have a list of 6 coins that I'm choosing here, and I have their current prices. Well, I had their current prices earlier. I have to hit this query button and then refresh, and watch these numbers here as it refreshes. There you go, you've seen them change. This is now the latest data. Head on back now to CoinMarketCap and scroll down on the left hand side and you can see API documentation. Click on that. Now just scroll down just a little bit here. I'm not going to get you to read all of this, but you're welcome to. I'm just going to go using your API key. Now I don't think I can zoom in too much on this, but I'll zoom in a little bit and hopefully you can see it. So use your API key. We're going to grab this method here, preferred method, via a custom header named xcmc_pro_API_key. Now I'm just going to copy that now, but I am going to use that in a second. Head on back now to your Excel sheet, and this is what you are going to have to do in order to start getting this API. Go to data, go to get data, or you can hit from web. If you hit get data, you can go from other source, from web. It's the same if you have that tab there. Click on that and you'll get this little pop-up box. Now this is just the basic version. We want to go for the advanced. Now I can't zoom in any closer to this one, but you can see exactly what we're going to need. We're going to need a URL, and we're going to be using that header that I just copied in the HTTP request header parameters. It does say optional, but it is not optional in this case. So paste that in. Remember, we got that key, the x-cmc_pro_API_key. And we've popped that into HTTP request header parameters. Now your API key is going to go in the box next to the HTTP request header parameters. We will get that soon. You're not going to get to see mine because I don't want you using my API key, and I'll show you why. Just go back to the developers, get your API key again. Now that we're here, you can see that I've used 5 out of 333 credits today. Now I can only refresh that API data 333 times. Now it sounds like quite a lot, and it is. For me, it's more than enough. You can do 100 coins to get 1 credit. So you can basically look at 100 different coins for 1 credit. 101 coins is 2 credits, and so on and so forth. But you do get 10,000 credits in a month, and that's more than enough. And this is why what I am doing is completely and utterly free. You don't have to pay a cent for it. You can, but you don't have to. And this is the beauty of using Coinmarket Cap. If you know you're going to go over 10,000 credits, then you are going to have to buy. Now, there's not much I can do about that. My version, I'm only doing 6 coins in the one that I'm showing now, but even if you had 40 or 50 or 60 different coins, it's still not going to be 10,000 a month. Right then, now let's head back to the API documentation. And remember, we've already got the header now. We took the header, the HTTP request header from here, x-cmc_pro_API_key. So you're going to need that. But the next thing you're going to need is an endpoint. Now, there are several endpoints available. We're only going to need to pick one. So click on Endpoint Overview, and you can see here we've got cryptocurrency, and this is the endpoint that we actually need because it contains data about price, and that's the bit that we're after the most. So click on that. Now we're also looking for the quotes latest, but I've clicked on this and I've seen that it is actually deprecated. So there is a later version. You're going to need to scroll back up again and click to cryptocurrency. So once you've scrolled back up to cryptocurrency, actually you end up having to scroll down just a little bit, and there you can actually see quotes latest version 2. So at the time of making this video, this is the latest version that you should be using. Now I'll have to change my old ones, but this is okay. It's very easy to do. But right now, the old ones are still working, so there's no need to change them just yet. But we're going to use version 2 for this one. Once you've clicked on it, you can now see that you can use this every 60 seconds. 1 credit is 100 cryptocurrencies, and 101 would be 2 credits. In order to get the URL, I just go to the right and I hit the get, and I copy the entire server URL address. Now I head back to Excel and I pop that into the URL parts, the very first part here. And you're left with the address up until the point of latest. But what we need the individual coins. Now I'm only going to start off with 2 coins, but you can add plenty more, and I will show how. The first thing you've got to do then is add a question mark after latest, and then write the word symbol equals. That's pretty much all you have to do. Now you need to find the actual symbols from Coinmarket Cap. For example, I would start alphabetical. Now look for ones that are high up. In my mind, I'm using Cardano, which is ADA. But I'm only going to do 2 coins this time, and I might end it with XRP. This is ideal because I'll probably go in between these for all of my other coins. And you'll see why it's important to have these 2 alphabetically opposite coins. Okay, now comes the time where you are going to need your API key. So I'm not going to show you mine, but you'll copy your API key, and that's very easy to do. Watch, I'll show you how to do it. Head back to Coinmarket Cap, click on your developers, get your API key now, and all you have to do is hover over this box around here where it says regenerate key, and you can copy your API. Right, in a flash you're going to see me do it, but you're not going to see my API. Boom, see, I already hit copied and it's done. Okay, now that I've copied my API, I'm going to go plug that into this Excel sheet. So head back to your Excel sheet, and next to the HTTP request header parameters, you're going to plug in your API. Now I'm going to imagine that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a lot more numbers than that. And then you're just going to push OK. Now, you're not going to see me put in my API. I'm just going to put it in, and then I'm going to push OK, and then you're going to see a new screen pop up. Now, I have to do some blanking out on this one as well. I will show it to you in a second. Okay, so I've pushed OK, and this is what pops up. You get this new pop-up box, except the only difference is you'll have an API key here. It would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it says there. It's going to be a bunch of numbers. Mine's just not there. It's just for my own safety. What you will notice though is that this is in a JSON document, and this is not so perfect for Excel, which is a shame because JSON is very easy and interesting to use. We could do an entire video on that, but we're not. You're just going to have to trust that I know what I'm doing. One of the first things you can do is rename this table. I'm going to rename it so that it becomes... I took out my because I took out my credentials. This is why you need to use it, but don't worry, that won't come up on yours. I'm going to rename this to pricing. Okay, I see that I'm going to need to put in my API key to take it in and out, so in order to get to the next stage, I will show you that. Okay, in order to get to this screen that I've just got, I clicked on this source. So I've changed the name of the table that is going to come up. So it's a new sheet that's going to be called pricing. And I clicked on source. Now keep watching this applied steps because it's going to change every single time that you make a new step. Right. Now I have to keep putting in my API key and taking it in and out. So that's going to be a bit jumpy on this video. But keep watching because the next part is very easy. So the first thing you're going to do is actually click on where it says data record. Now I have to put my API key into there. So I'm going to click on this and then we're going to see a new bit of data come up. Right, hold on. So I clicked data record. So there was a little record button there, and now I see I have ADA and XRP come up. Now look over here in the applied steps. We've navigated. Now, if you do something wrong, you can just undo that navigation and go straight back. I can show you how to do that later on, but right now let's continue a little bit further. So the next thing you're going to need to do is convert this into a table. Now this takes it out of JSON format and into a format that Excel can read. Hit convert into table, and there it goes. You now have a record of this data available for use in Excel. There's still a little bit more to go, but look at the steps. Navigation, well, that was the first thing that we did. We clicked on that data and opened that up, and now we've converted to a table. So to get to this point, we had to click that data, and then we opened up that navigation, and then we converted into a table, and you can see that there in the applied steps underneath navigation. And now we're to the next stage. This is the ability now for Excel to read this data coming in off of that JSON file. Now what I want you to do is click on these double arrows up here. Now just click once, and you can expand to new rows. There we go. We have expanded value come up in the applied steps, and just do it one more time. Now look at what you've got here. This is a list of all the data that came down from that API with that one hit that we did. It's quite a lot of data, and it's absolutely a lot of stuff we don't need. So I will unselect all the columns, and I'm just going to look for the price quote that we want. And there it is. It's actually the last one. Click that, and you can use the original column name as a prefix, or you can change it. I'm actually just going to stick with the original because I'm lazy, and that's the best way to do things sometimes. So click OK. Right, now you're at the point where you have an expanded value 1 and you have the records. And if you click on one of those records, you can see there is a whole bunch of information about the price details. Now, I've just taken extra steps that I didn't want to do, so I'm going to delete those off. and I'm going to get rid of that expanded quote, and we're just going to hit this one more time. Now look at what we've got. So we've had that expanded value, and we're really only going to be able to do this with US dollars. Well, that's not such a shame because I really do want all my data in USD anyway, but that's the only choice you get. Just click OK. So now you have the expanded value, the quote, etc. You can click on this double arrow one more time. And look, you've got back to more data within each of these coins. We're only after this one, the second one, which is price. Select all columns, get rid of them all, and just click on price and go OK. There it is. That is the price that we want. Cardano is 84 cents and Ripple is 74 cents. That's about right, I guess, for their price for current. Now your applied steps should look like that. Source, navigation, converted to table, expanded these values and the value quote, and then finally got the quote in US dollars, and that is all you have to do. Now, if you need to watch this video again, this is a good time to pause, go back just to see how this part was done. If I went too quickly, you can always play it much slower, but the next part is very easy. You just have to close and load. Don't worry, it's all safe. You're going to end up getting this data in a new sheet, and if you have to go back to change anything, it is all editable. Hit that close and load, and whammo, there it is. This is exactly the data that we need. We have a new sheet called pricing. We have pricing with 2 rows. You don't even need this query to stay open. I'll close this soon. But here is what we've got. We've got Cardano 0.84 and XRP 0.74. Now this price is in US dollars. And look, you can refresh this as often as you want now. There won't be much change because of course we've only just loaded that data up anyway. So with that, let's take a look at what we can do with some of this data, and we will do this in the coming videos. Looking at one of my previous exposés here, I've got the data coming in from Cardano, BNB, Binance Coin, we've got Bitcoin, ETH, Luna and Ripple, and I've just made up some numbers here. Remember, this is all completely made up, and you can click on this table at some stage there, anywhere in the table, and hit the refresh, and then we get that change. And so we're going to be going through all of this data here to pull in how our coins are doing, some of the worst coins, some of the coins that are in between, some of the profits that we've got from selling our coins, approximate net worth, what we would do if we were to sell all of our coins right now, and we're going to put in the unrealized profits. And the second best unrealized profit, I noticed that I haven't actually got a second one yet. I need to fill in more data for this one. We're going to have our average unrealized profit. That's looking pretty good. Remember, this isn't financial advice though. And womp womp, sad trombone, who owes the most money? Well, in this case, it's Ethereum. Alright, like I said, this isn't financial advice. Anything on this sheet is completely made up. I'm not getting 96.15% on Luna, maybe. But regardless, this still is not financial advice. I'm not suggesting using any of these coins. I just chose these coins because they were easy access on Coinmarket Cap, plus A and X, which is good, but I probably will need some coins to go a bit further down there, like ZEC, but that's going to come up later. There's no worries. We're going to try and keep it as alphabetical as possible. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and you've learned how to get the Coinmarket Cap API to work for you. It is completely free, but you're going to need to subscribe and like to this video because you're going to want to see the rest of them, right? To see how you can do everything else in this Excel sheet. Plus, you might want to share this with your friends because your friends want to have their portfolio offline as well. If you've learned something new and you've thought this is worthwhile, well, maybe you could just give me a tip. Hey, there's a couple of nice coins down below. I've got the addresses. You can feel free to send some my way to my Trust wallet. I'll be more than grateful to receive some. Plus, it keeps this channel free and helps me drink some coffee. Well, coming to the next video, we're going to take a look at how to use that data we just got from CoinMarketCap so that we can see how our coins are performing.